Avatar fans are eating good right now as far as a new media release coming next year in 2026 with the brand new Avatar fighting game, and today I have some great news and reactions from people who actually got a chance to play it early in its pre-alpha stage of development. I want to talk about this today because even though I didn't get a chance to play the game myself, the reaction to it is the most important part of it all because of the fact that I think the Avatar franchise needs a reaction to a new piece of media like this. Given that this brand doesn't put out a whole lot nowadays, I think this is something that is going to really get fans excited, even if you aren't a fighting game player or gamer in general. We'll break down the reactions to the early game footage and talk about what this means for the IP as a whole going into 2026. So for those of you who are unaware of it, Avatar Legends, the fighting game, announced that there would be a closed alpha test from December 5th to the 7th for people to come and play the game that signed up for it. From one perspective, this was a really smart move on their part because for those of you who don't follow the gaming space, this is something that you don't actually see happen a whole lot. Quite frankly, it might be one of the rarest things you see in the gaming industry, where a video game studio will let regular everyday people play it before it comes out. Most games don't even really get a beta for people to play, and in the rarest of rare cases, you won't even get that many people to play a closed alpha test of a game, where you basically play a very bare bones version of the game that is not even close to being finished. That is essentially what you are seeing on screen right now with a lot of the gameplay that a lot of people got their hands on over the weekend. This is footage of a game that is only still in its early stages, and yet that makes what the reaction was to it even better. So many big personalities got the chance to sign up for this closed alpha test, ranging from just regular people to even content creators as well. Content creators who are big fighting game gamers, and then even good YouTube friends of mine and yours who are the regular Avatar brand creators like the Avatarist. He was able to play the game after signing up, and I recommend that you go give some of his stream a watch that he did over the weekend. The other gameplay that you are seeing on screen is from several big content creators out there, one of which is maybe the biggest fighting game content creator in the world, Maximilian Dude. Now, with the other videos that I've made on this game up till now, I've already mentioned his name a few times. When you have someone like him coming out and saying that he is genuinely impressed with what he is watching, and you have a whole slew of other people agreeing with him, this is a very, very good sign. Guys like Maximilian know fighting games like the back of their hand with what works and what doesn't, and everything I've watched from him here gives me great hope that when this game comes out on launch, it's going to be one of the best, if not the best video game that the Avatar brand has gotten yet, which is not saying a whole lot because Avatar hasn't really had the best track record of games made from it. The other great thing about this closed alpha test is that it gives fans a strong idea of how the developers want to treat this game from the inside perspective, but also an outside perspective looking in with how they market it to gamers, whether they are fighting game gamers or just casual gamers like myself who don't play these kinds of games. Giving the people who talk and play this stuff on a daily basis with their content creation is one of the smartest moves they could do. It gives them ideas of what to fix, what to keep the same, and how to improve upon the gameplay itself given how early in its development that it still is. Again, that should be reiterated many times. This gameplay is still insanely early. The game is going to look very different come summer next year when it releases, barring that there is no delay. I also appreciate that the developers give players an inside look on how the buttons work as well. At least as far as controller gameplay goes, fighting games have one of the more difficult forms of button mashing than any other type of game out there. So the fact that the studio is willing to make videos explaining this stuff for people is really cool. Guys like Maximilian Dude react to it, they praise it, and then it gives people like me confidence that maybe, just maybe, I can even get into this even with all my lack of knowledge for this particular video game genre. And to that point, I have plenty of time to prepare given its current release date of summer next year. What makes this help the Avatar brand for 2026 even more is that it currently sits in the middle of two other different releases that we will get. The next season of the Netflix live-action adaptation will come out in the first half of 2026, this game will come out in the summer in the second half, and then hopefully we will get the new Legend of Aang animated movie that's been teased for what feels like forever now, coming in the third half of 2026. It was also announced recently that a brand new graphic novel is coming in the summer called Avatar Legends Masters of the Elements Volume 1, which will give us more stories from Avatar's Korra, Aang, Roku, Kyoshi, and Yang Chen. All of 2026 now, with the addition of this new fighting game, is looking very bright, all things considered, if things go well from all these different media releases. The hype and excitement from this closed alpha test that the fighting game got over the weekend is going to give fans a hopeful and great summer next year, and I wanted to jump on here and talk about this because there is a good chance that people will not know about it, even with the good marketing that the studio has been doing for it so far. It is my job to tell you all about these kinds of things and hopefully get you on board so we can maybe see each other in the game when it comes time to finally play it. And with that all being said, I'm going to end the video there. What do you all think about this news? It's not necessarily going to hit everyone alike depending on if you are a gamer or not, but I'm hoping that it will get you interested enough to look for it more in the future going into next year. If you did enjoy the video and you want to see more, be sure to give it a like, and if you are new to this channel, subscribe and turn on that notification bell. Thank you all for stopping by Uncle Iroh's Tea Shop. I hope everyone here has a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you all soon in the next video.